Hi, I'm a possum and I find garbage. And this is Fast Trash, which may become a series in which I do really short reviews for movies I don't have much to say about. Videos in this series won't be paid for by my patrons. This is just the sort of thing I might do between longer reviews. Anyway, today's garbage is Murder Cycle, a movie about a murder cycle, which is not anywhere near as awesome as it sounds. The movie starts with some guy in a government shack surrounded by computers and radio equipment. He sees a guy on a dirt bike on a security monitor, and then a meteor crashes. Shack guy goes out to investigate, but dirt bike guy gets to it first, and alien tendrils pop out and latch onto him, making plastic armor material rise around his body and turning him into the Murder Cycle. Shack guy finds Murder Cycle and shoots at him, but he's bulletproof, so Murder Cycle chases him around and shoots lasers at him, then runs him over. We then cut to some guy with no shirt. This is our protagonist, Sergeant Kirby, a Marine who got suspended for being too sweaty. A military police guy gives him a message telling him some guy named General Kruber wants to see him in his office, which is apparently outside. General Kruber tells Kirby he's getting a secret mission to go find out whatever happened to the government shack guy. So Kirby gets teamed up with a handful of other Marines, a forensic scientist, a CIA guy, and a psychic lady. Psychic lady shakes Kirby's hand and sees that he tried to kill himself. Our heroes walk through the woods and Psychic Lady trips, so Kirby helps her up. But then Psychic Lady sees a memory of his about a mission that went wrong or something. They make their way to the shack and CIA guy sees the tape of Murder Cycle killing shack guy, so that he burns the tape. Then Murder Cycle shows up and roars for some reason, and starts shooting lasers at everybody. One of the Marines gets injured in the shootout, and then they all hide in the shack. CIA guy says they ain't supposed to be in there, and Kirby realizes he's doing a cover-up and sees him burning papers. Kirby wants to call in reinforcements, but CIA guy won't let him. He explains this is some kind of a secret government radio station that intercepts secret transmissions. Psychic Lady tries to read CIA guy's mind, but he's been trained to block her. So Kirby leaves the Psychic Lady, one of the other Marines, and Dr. Guy to go find the Murder Cycle and kill him, but leaves the injured guy to go watch a CIA guy, and the fact that he's injured has absolutely no consequence to the plot. Kirby and friends make their way to some kind of abandoned town, which just happens to look like the set left over from a Western movie which they decided to reuse for this movie. One of the Marines hears a noise and shoots at nothing, like a well-trained Marine would. Then Murder Cycle shows up and they shoot at it. They hide in one of the buildings, then when Murder Cycle drives off, they go outside and try to ambush it. Kirby and Psychic Lady set up on a balcony, the boom mic gets in the shot, then they shoot at Murder Cycle again, but it disappears. Kirby shows Psychic Lady some keys he found, and she has a vision of some nerdy guy who she believes is still alive. Then they split up for some reason. We cut back to CIA guy and the other Marine. CIA guy disarms the Marine and apparently shoots him. We cut back to Psychic Lady and one of the Marines, they talk about nothing, then we cut back to the CIA guy and the other Marine, who's apparently still alive. It turns out the CIA guy just shot the radio to keep them from telling anyone about what's happening. CIA guy tells the Marine about Kirby's backstory and why he got suspended. Meanwhile, Kirby and friends find Shack Guy's body clutching a thing with buttons on it. Psychic Lady grabs it and has a vision and realizes it's a key. And they find a storm cellar door in the ground and realize this is what the CIA guy was hiding. Then Psychic Lady senses something approaching, and it turns out to be CIA guy and the other Marine. And also Murder Cycle. I'm not sure why they failed to hear a motorcycle approaching. They shoot at Murder Cycle some more, which we already know is pointless by now. Murder Cycle shoots one of the Marines, then drives off and disappears again. Kirby mercy kills the injured Marine, then Kirby yells at CIA guy that they're going to go back to the shack to radio in a helicopter, but CIA guy reveals that he shot the radio. Psychic Lady tries to read CIA guy's mind again, but this time he gives her a vision of himself doing things to her, which I can't use the appropriate word for because YouTube will demonetize this video if I do. But then Psychic Lady has a vision of somebody else in the area. They all go back to the Western movie set and find a nerdy guy from Psychic Lady's vision, hiding in one of the buildings. He's some kind of alien-obsessed conspiracy theorist who snuck into the government-controlled area. They walk around and nerdy guy explains he knew Shack Guy, and shows them the scar he got from fighting with an alien. He also shows them he saw government trucks bringing in cement to build some kind of underground bunker. They go back to the storm cellar door, and Kirby tries to get CIA guy to tell them what's inside. Kirby punches him, then the CIA guy accuses him of killing his own men. So Kirby threatens to kill him, and CIA guy dares him to do it. This causes CIA guy to lower his mental guard long enough for Psychic Lady to read his mind and figure out what the door code is. So Kirby, Psychic Lady, and CIA guy all go inside and wander around the basement of whatever water reclamation plant they shot this at. And they find a containment device with a glowing green sphere inside. The sphere is named Peter, which is an acronym for something I don't care enough about to check. It's some kind of alien device recovered from a crashed UFO. And it's the thing CIA guy was trying to protect. So this thing is apparently so important that CIA guy was willing to sacrifice all of their lives to protect it. But the government put a grand total of one guy in a shack in charge of guarding it, armed with nothing but a crappy pistol. Psychic Lady detects somebody approaching again, so Kirby sends Psychic Lady and CIA guy to go find the secret back exit. Then Kirby goes to find whatever Psychic Lady sensed, but it's just Dr. Guy. Dr. Guy tells Kirby they found something, so they go outside and find a skid mark where the meteor crashed. And Nerdy Guy explains it's some kind of biomechanical alien life form. Then Murder Cycle shows up again because it's been almost 20 minutes. One of the Marines shoots at the Murder Cycle with this bizarre editing. Then Murder Cycle blows him up. They all go back to the shack and Kirby demands CIA guy tell them how to kill Murder Cycle, but then CIA guy has a breakdown because he realizes they doomed the world. Kirby and Psychic Lady talk about his backstory outside, then CIA guy explains to Nerdy Guy that the government allows conspiracy theories to float around to distract from whatever it is they're really doing. Then Dr. Guy pulls a gun on Psychic Lady and tells her to come with him back to the bunker, and it turns out he had his own key the whole time. Kirby, Nerdy Guy, and CIA Guy realize Dr. Guy and Psychic Lady are gone, and probably went back to the bunker. It's not entirely clear why Dr. Guy is betraying everyone. He says something about some kind of rivalry between different agencies, but it doesn't make much sense. In any case, he brought Psychic Lady so she could sense when Murder Cycle is nearby. Kirby wants to go back to the bunker, but then CIA Guy pulls out a gun and a bomb. Then Murder Cycle comes bursting in, so Kirby and Nerdy Guy somehow manage to escape the shack and make it to a safe distance in the 3 seconds it takes CIA Guy to blow it and himself up. Back in the bunker, Doom Guy makes Psychic Lady reach into the containment device to grab Peter, and for some reason they decide to film it from inside the box, where we can plainly see the glass is being held on with gaffer tape. So Psychic Lady grabs Peter, then kicks Dr. Guy and runs. Then Murder Cycle shows up. I guess because he just shows up wherever the plot needs him to at any given moment. So Psychic Lady and Dr. Guy run out the secret back entrance. Dr. Guy falls down some kind of chute, then Murder Cycle runs him over, roaring like a dinosaur the whole time. Psychic Lady meets up with Kirby and Nerdy Guy in the Old West Town. Then she explains she knows how to kill Murder Cycle. Murder Cycle appears again, and this time he talks, explaining that couldn't before because the integration with the dirt bike guy's brain took time.
Who the hell are you?
Integration of the host brain requires some time. This has now been accomplished, and I am able to communicate with you.
But I guess taking complete control over the rest of his body doesn't. Murder Cycle explains that he was sent to Earth to retrieve Peter and kill everyone who knows about it. Then Psychic Lady throws Peter to Murder Cycle, he catches it, then Kirby shoots Peter while he's holding it, causing both of them to blow up. Psychic Lady then explains to Kirby that when she grabbed Peter, she had a vision and realized that if they destroyed it, the Murder Cycle would die.
Destroy one, you destroy the other. Congratulations, Dr. Lee.
So if all you had to do to kill Murder Cycle was destroy Peter, why was it necessary to give Peter to Murder Cycle? Anyway, they hear another motorcycle approaching, but it's just Nerdy Guy. Kirby decides that instead of going to the rendezvous point like they were supposed to, they should all just drive off and let the government think they're dead. So they all get on the bike and drive away, but then the camera tilts down to show Murder Cycle's hand moving, and then the movie ends. I don't have an outro, so I don't know, support me on Patreon, follow me on Twitter, send your fan art to me on Facebook. Bye.